Welcome back to another social marketing video. My name is Christian Thayer, and in this video, we're going to be talking about a platform that I don't normally talk about, but I got a couple of questions about maybe going into it a little more and elaborating. And basically, it's going to be YouTube. I'm not going to be going too crazy. I'm just going to be talking about some how-to tips and tricks when you upload your videos, and if you want to go a little bit more in depth with how to title your videos, maybe some keywords and tags, what you should be talking about in your bio, and stuff like that, and then how to do it. So again, this is going to be another screen sharing tutorial, if you will. So without any further ado, because I know you guys are sick of me talking and my long videos, let's dive right on into it. Okay, so I'm currently in the process of uploading a video. It's a screen recording of one of my previous videos, and I'm just gonna basically kind of show you some tips and tricks on how to do it if you want to go maybe a little bit above and beyond and add some title, keywords, and descriptions. So the first one is going to be your title. Now, obviously, this is going to be a little bit harder for me to show you because I don't know exactly what your video is going to be about, but I can give you some tips on how to properly title your video. So, as you can see right here, it is asking me for a title because a title is required. Let's say that this video was me talking about 5 home buyer mistakes or five home buyer tips. Whatever, it doesn't really matter, but let's just say that's what it is. So I could just say that the title of this video is 5 home buyer tips. Now, sure, we could just leave it at that, or what we could do is we could do a little research. So what I recommend doing, opening up another tab, going back into YouTube and then searching for essentially what your video is about to see what other people are searching. That is how your video will essentially get found on YouTube in search results, because if your title is something way off base that nobody's searching for, then nobody's going to find it, right? As you can see, as I'm typing in these words, YouTube is trying to guess what I'm actually trying to search for. So by the time we get to home buyer, you're going to see 5 home buyer tips and advice, 5 home buyers strategies, home buyers tips and tricks. So what I would recommend doing is picking one of these that ends up showing up, because that means that people are searching for it. So if I'm going to click 5 home buyer tips and advice, if your video gets popular enough, this is where they're going to end up. And that's just one example. So let's just say that is going to be, so we're going to copy that title. And instead of just regular 5 homebuyer tips, we're going to say 5 homebuyer tips and tricks. For your description of the video, you pretty much want to use the same words that are in your title that are also in your description, because what that's going to tell the algorithm on YouTube, it's search engine optimization, SEO, if you will. And this is just going to help promote your video when somebody searches 5 home buyer tips and advice. So what you can always do is just have that be your first line in the description, and then maybe a line or two down, you can give a quick 2 or 3 sentence description on what the video actually is, and stuff like that. I'm not going to do that because this isn't a real video that I'm doing, but I can say for you 2 to 3 sentences about your video. And then next we have a thumbnail. Like I said in my previous or 2 videos, I don't remember exactly, I told you guys how to take a screenshot of your video for email. This can be the same concept. One of the things that I recommend doing that I always forget about doing is to take a photo instead of trying to go and grab a screenshot. So like right now, if I was smart, I would just take a photo where I'm smiling or whatever, and that'll be way easier than scrolling through my timeline to try and find a nice picture of me where I don't look dumb while talking, which is hard to find. Say you want to have like a series, and this will be like your home buyer series. What you can do is you can create a playlist. So what you'd do is you'd go down here and you click new playlist, and then you would title it home buyer tips, and then you would create it, and then all of your videos moving forward that are home buyer tips or tricks, advice, whatever you want to call it, you can then put into this playlist so that when people stumble onto your channel, they will have a multitude of videos from you that is homebuyer advice. YouTube has recently done this new thing, and I think it's specifically for ads. They want you to tell them if the video was made for kids or not, and that's going to, for advertising purposes, your videos won't be ad revenue, so don't worry about that. So just click no, it's probably not going to be made for kids. And then if you want, you can click more options, and tags is going to be where you will want to spend the next bit of time. Tags are essentially keywords, right? They're essentially going to be helping out your title. So let's say somebody doesn't necessarily search 5 home buyer tips and advice word for word. Maybe they say, I don't know, synonyms for some of those words that I cannot think of off the top of my head. Basically, for your tags, you're going to be wanting to put in industry specific keywords. So, for example, real estate is a good one. And then by the way you make it, you solidify it, is you put a comma after it. Typically, these don't want to be individual words. You want these kind of to be phrases. So going back to how we searched for the title and we went into YouTube and the search function, you would do the same concept. You would find the hot words, if you will, that people are searching for, and then you basically come back here and you throw them in. I don't know if there is a limit. Oh no, there's a 500 character. So you can technically have as many keywords as you want, as long as the number of letters is below 500, then you are good to go. I'd recommend filling up those up. Other than that, everything else is pretty much self-explanatory. So then you click next. You don't really, this can be a separate video if you want to like promote people to other videos that you've done. But if you have questions on that, just find another YouTube video. Okay, and then we're here. So basically what you can do is if you want it to go public right away, you just click public. If you want to upload it but you don't want to publish it yet, you can click unlisted. This basically lets you upload it, and then you can make it public at a later date. But at that point in time, if you already know what time you want to publish it, you can schedule it. Pretty easy, self-explanatory coming from the person who's talking about it. But the main things that I would really focus on are the title, description, the thumbnail, and then if you really want to get crazy, which I suggest would be the tags. Those 4 things. So if you can master those 4 things, even if you can give your best shot to those 4 things, you will be doing better than the majority of the other realtors that are making videos. I'm well aware that you guys are probably extremely busy right now, and that's fine. But save this video, watch it, log it into your memories so that when you do have some downtime and you want to make some YouTube videos, be my guest and reference this video. But until then, stay safe, get some exercise, and wash your dang hands.